Hi everyone, I'm Miss Hayes and I've chosen Zog and the Flying Doctors to read for World Book Day because it is definitely one of my favourites. Meet the Flying Doctors, a dragon, knight and girl. Their names are Gadabout the Great and Zog and Princess Pearl. Pearl gives people medicine and pills and vaccinations, and Gadabout is expert at performing operations. Zog is good at flying, though not quite so good at landing, but Gadabout and Princess Pearl are always understanding. Flying high one morning, they heard a mermaid wail. "I'm sunburnt and it hurts," she cried, and swished her scaly tail. Bang crash thump they landed, the mermaid's skin was red. Pearl rubbed in some special cream. "And wear this hat," she said. "Thank you," said the mermaid, and she waved a fond goodbye as the team of flying doctors sped away into the sky. As the sun rose higher, they saw a unicorn. He pawed the ground and whinnied, "I've grown an extra horn." Bang crash thump they landed. "I'll help you," said the knight, and he cut the horn off gently to the unicorn's delight. "Thank you," said the unicorn, "for taking so much care," and the team of flying doctors sped away into the air. Halfway through the afternoon they heard a lion sneeze. "I've caught the flu," the lion roared. "Can someone help me, please?" Bang crash thump they landed, and Pearl said, "Take this pill, and do keep warm. It's terribly important when you're ill." But the lion's cave was chilly, so Zog said, "Fetch some wood." Then he breathed out lots of flames until the fire burned bright and good. "Thank you," roared the lion. "I'm feeling nice and warm." Then the team of flying doctors sped away into the storm. As evening fell, they saw a great big palace down below. "My uncle's house," said Princess Pearl. "Let's go and say hello." Bang crash thump they landed. Pearl's uncle was the king. He didn't say hello. Instead he said, "You naughty thing. Where have you been?" he thundered. "You look an awful mess. What's happened to your crown and where's your pretty frilly dress?" "But uncle, can't you see that I'm a doctor now?" said Pearl. The king replied, "Princesses can't be doctors, silly girl." He told his men to seize her and to lock her up inside. Princess Pearl was furious. She stamped and stormed and cried. Weeks went by and Princess Pearl spent many weary hours sewing pretty cushions and arranging pretty flowers. The others tried to rescue her with all their might and main, but they simply couldn't manage. All their efforts were in vain. Each night they flew to visit her and perched upon her sill, and one dark night she told them that the king had fallen ill. The king grew worse. His head was sore, his arms and legs felt weak. His skin had turned bright orange and he found it hard to speak. He called a lot of doctors, a new one every day. He croaked, "What is this illness?" But they simply couldn't say. They didn't know the answer, but Pearl was pretty sure. "It looks like orange fever," and she read about the cure. Grated horn of unicorn, a mighty lion's sneeze, some mermaid scales, a little slime and half a pound of cheese. She told the others what to get, and do be very quick. "My uncle could be dying. He looks extremely sick." Away flew Zog and Gadabout. They reached the lion's den. Bang crash thump they landed. He sneezed for them, and then they flew back to the forest where the grateful unicorn was very pleased to give them some unwanted sawn-off horn. Back to the mermaid's rock they flew. She gladly gave some scales, and her sea snail friends allowed them to collect their slimy trails. Zog said, "I'm exhausted," but he flew and flew until bang crash thump they landed on the bedroom window sill. Princess Pearl said thank you for the scales, the slime, the sneeze, and the horn, which then she grated up with half a pound of cheese. She tiptoed to her uncle's room. The king lay in his bed. She held a spoonful to his mouth. "Now open wide," she said. After just one spoonful, her uncle felt much stronger, and after spoonful 2, he wasn't orange any longer. After spoonful 3, the king was dancing with delight. "Princesses can be doctors, you were absolutely right. I'm sorry that I locked you up, of course you must go free, but do come back to visit me and bring your friends to tea." "Hooray!" cried Pearl, and out she ran to join the other two. Then off into the sunset sped the flying doctor crew.